Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson at the age of 22 is already being talked about as one of the best young wide receivers the NFL has at the moment. In 2 seasons, the former LSU first-round pick already has 2 years where he has 1,000 receiving yards. And let's also add how Jefferson set the record for most receiving yards by a rookie in NFL history with 1,400 yards. Coming into the league, Justin Jefferson signed a 4-year contract worth $13 million, which was fully guaranteed, plus a $7 million signing bonus, which is a lot of money for Justin Jefferson, who at the time when he was drafted was only 20 years old. So how did Justin Jefferson spend his first $1 million in the league? Well, for the record, the Vikings wide receiver is grateful for the support his parents gave him growing up, as he never had to have a full-time job. His first real job was when he was drafted by the Vikings, and let me add, he was the first one out of his family to make it into the NFL. Jefferson even admits that coming into that much money was surreal, but he is not a big spender, nor never asked for much growing up, as he decided to live off endorsement money so he can save his game checks as much as he can and not live paycheck to paycheck. Well, the first thing Jefferson bought was some nice bling. Jefferson dropped $50,000 with jeweler Leo Frost out of Houston, Texas, who also did a lot of his LSU teammates' jewelry. His diamond chain features a jet pendant. The jet, an obvious nickname to Justin, which is his nickname, is so iced out. The chain features stars on the links. All told, the piece is 14 karat gold with 37 carats of VVS diamonds. To match that chain, Justin got himself some new clothes, but mainly because coming from Louisiana and going to Minnesota, Jefferson needed new coats and jackets, jeans, and mainly new outfits, where he dropped $20,000 to redo his entire wardrobe, where his oldest brother, who is a fashion lover, helped them put them together. Shoes also get their own categories, as Jefferson has built up a shoe collection from Dior's to Balenciagas, Jordans, and his favorite pair are the Dior Chucks, where he spent just about $10,000 to redo his entire shoe collection. But as soon as Justin knew he was going to go in the first round, he set his eyes on a car, and Justin surely loves European foreigns. He wanted a Mercedes AMG, which cost him $150,000. The Vikings wide receiver loves fancy cars. He even got it wrapped in matte black to match the black wheels. Justin also spent a lot of money on his family. He spent about $10,000 during Christmas time, mainly giving them purses, shoes, game tickets, and jerseys. But we cannot leave out the most important thing for Justin Jefferson, which was a place to live. He bought himself a townhome in Minnesota, which cost him about $405,000, and decided to buy a place over renting. He also wanted space for his dog, and his home is just 4 minutes away from the Vikings facility, which makes it perfect. Jefferson also dropped another $20,000 in interior design. Well, Jefferson actually did not spend his first $1 million. He had about $400,000 left over, and he's mentioned how he's put the rest of the money that he had left over back into his savings account, and claims he's just not a big spender and he'd rather save money.